Hello, my dear students. Let's add value to your knowledge account today. Welcome to our Finance and Accounting Academy channel. I'm Dr. Bharati Sunil. This is our second video on cost accounting. In the last video, we have discussed about why we have to study cost accounting, what is the meaning of cost, costing, and cost accounting, and what are the features of cost accounting. In this video, we will learn about functions of cost accounting and scope of cost accounting. So what are the functions of cost accounting? There are 7 functions. What is the first function? Cost ascertainment. This is the core function and this is the foundational step in cost accounting. In this, we will learn about, do you remember what example we have taken in our last cost accounting video? Sweet treats. In this video also, we'll take the same example and we'll continue our next concepts using sweet treats. Cost ascertainment means determining the total cost and based on that, we will find out what is the cost per unit. So first what we'll find out the total cost that got incurred in the business, and based on that, we will divide that with the number of units produced and we will get cost per unit. In sweet treats, we are making totally 100 chocolate cakes, and for this 100 chocolate cakes, if you add up all the costs like flour, what we are buying to make cake, and sugar, butter, and other ingredients, rent of our sweet treats, and electricity cost of our sweet treats, all the expenses we add, then we'll get one total cost, right? So this total cost is 30,000. And how many chocolate cakes we are making? We are making 100 chocolate cakes. So our total cost is 30,000, and how many cakes we are making? Number of cakes 100. So what is our cost per cake? 30,000 divided by 100 cakes. So each cake is how much? Rupees 300. So like this, we will find out our cost per unit, means cost per cake. Is it clear? And coming to the next function, cost control. What is the meaning of cost control? Keep costs within limits and reduce them wherever possible. So here I would like to quote example from students' point of view. Generally, your parents will give you pocket money, right? So when they give you pocket money, they have mentioned that you have to control your costs. So the pocket money per month is rupees 5,000. And so how you will control? You will see that you will not exceed that rupees 5,000 every month, right? So that is called what? Cost control. So whether you purchase any snacks or whether you purchase any stationery or whether you go for movie, whatever the cost you are incurring, means whatever the expenses you are incurring, all those expenses should not cross how much? 5,000 per month. So that is called what? Cost control. Okay. So now we will take the example of sweet treats. In sweet treats, they have observed that they have noticed that they are incurring huge cost on purchasing flour for a particular batch of cakes, and also they have observed that they are getting unusual electricity bill. So what they have to do now? They have to control that. So what they can do? So they have to observe why the electricity bill is increasing, and they should control the electricity bill wherever possible. Because of their old oven what they are using, they are getting more electricity bill. So in sweet treats, now what we can do, we can search for another supplier who can supply us flour which is cheaper but maintaining the same quality, so that we can control our floor costs, and also we can try to control our electricity bill, checking where we are unnecessarily wasting electricity. Coming to the third function, that is cost reduction, means permanently lowering costs without compromising quality. So how can we reduce costs? Say I will take the same example. If you are a student, you will get pocket money from your parents, no? So here, what is your pocket money? 5,000 per month. Say, for example, if your college is conducting some fest and you have to contribute for that, so you are having how much? You are having only 5,000 rupees. So you can't, your father will not be giving extra amount to you. So what you should do, you should see that your costs are reduced. So how to reduce your costs? You have to think where you are spending unnecessarily more, there we can reduce your costs. So if you take the example of sweet rate, what sweet rates is doing to reduce costs? After analyzing all the costs, what the sweet rates is incurring, what they have observed in the previous example, that their electricity bill is increasing. So why it is increasing? Because they are using old oven, which is consuming more electricity. So now they want to invest amount to replace that old oven. So with that, they can reduce electricity bill. They have also noticed that their floor cost is also increasing for making some batches of cakes. So what they can do now, they can find out a new supplier who is selling flour at a reasonable rate without compromising the quality. You can place huge, means you can place bulk order, so that you can avoid transportation expenses and also ordering costs. With these two measures, what you can do, you can reduce your costs. So coming to the fourth one, pricing decisions. So providing data to help set appropriate selling prices for products or services. What cost accounting does? Cost accounting provides data of how much of cost we are incurring for a particular product or for a particular service. Say here, we incur fixed costs, we incur variable costs, we incur semi-variable costs, right? So all the cost data will be provided to respective departments. So what they will do, they will check the amount of costs what they are incurring, and based on that, they will set prices of that particular products or services. If you take the example of sweet treats, here they are making cupcakes. Now they want to know what is the cost that they are incurring in making cupcakes, right? So for each cupcake, how much they are incurring? They are incurring rupees 30. So based on this cost of cupcake, they can fix the selling price. So if they fix selling price for rupees 45, then what is the profit they are gaining on each cupcake? 45 rupees minus 30 rupees. That is 15 rupees they are gaining for each cupcake. How much profit we are making on each cupcake? Rupees 15. So how we are getting this profit? Based on the cost data that is provided by the costing department, we have come to know that each cake is costing rupees 30. So we are fixing how much of a price? 45. So what is our profit? 15. Unless and until we know the cost, we cannot fix the selling price. Coming to the fifth one, managerial decision making. Cost accounting department will provide insights to management. So based on the insights, means what is the meaning of insight here? What are the costs that we are incurring for each product or the service at various stages? Means at raw material stage, from each stage of production, how much we are incurring. If you are able to provide the data to the management, then management can take strategic and operational decisions. Say for example, in our sweet rates, we are going to receive one very big order, right? So in that we have to supply huge number of cakes, means thousands of cakes, thousands of pastries, right? And thousands of another bakery items. So for that, whatever the equipment that is available with us is not sufficient. So what we should do now, we have to buy new equipment. So how can we decide whether we can buy a new equipment or not? Unless and until we get the cost data, whatever we are going to incur on the new order, we cannot know, we cannot match with our new machinery cost. So if the cost, whatever we are going to incur on this new order is, for example, 15 lakhs, then the machinery what we are going to purchase and what we are going to install is, say for example, 5 lakhs, then definitely when adding all the costs also, will definitely get profit, right? So in that way, we can make strategic and operational decisions in our business. Next, ascertaining profitability, helping to determine how profitable are different departments, products, or activities. Say, if you take the example of Amul, okay, Amul is making different products, different dairy products. If you hear Amul word, what you will remember? You will remember chocolates, paneer, ice creams, curd, lassi, srikhand, cheese, etc. Right? So, if Amul wants to know which product is giving them more profit and which product is giving them less profit, or which product is not making any profits, or which product is suffering with losses, they can know only when they get data from cost accounting department, right? So based on that they can decide which product can be expanded, means which product they can produce more, which products they can make more. Say for example, if there is lot of demand for chocolates, they can make more number of chocolates, right? If there is lot of demand for ice creams, then they can increase the production of ice creams. Suppose if Srikhand is not making much profit, then they can reduce that particular product, right? So like that they can see which product is more viable or which department is making good profits. They can understand only by seeing the cost information. If you take the example of our sweet rates, in this sweet rates we are making a very specialized cake, right? So this specialized cake is the signature of our sweet rates. This cake we can sell for premium rate. We can fix selling prices based on the demand of the product. So when we have come to know that our signature cake, that is specialized cake, is having more demand, then what we can do? We can fix more price. We can make more production and more marketing for our product and get more profits. Coming to the last function of our cost accounting, inventory valuation. See, inventory means we have to understand that there are three. First one is raw materials. Second one is work in progress. Third one is finished goods, right? So we have to value our inventory at these three stages. So when we are valuing our raw material, means in our sweet rates, so in raw material form, what we are having with us, we have to value that. How much of quantity of flour is there with us, and how much of quantity of sugar is there with us, and how much of quantity of butter is there with us. So all these raw materials to be valued by us. We have to value all these raw materials, and also we have to value our work in progress. Means some cakes already or some pastries already we have made, but some icing on the cake, means still it is in the process. Completely we have not prepared the cake, still it is in the process. So that is called work in progress. So even the work in progress means which is not completed now also we have to value, to know how much of stock is there with us. Means to know how much of inventory is there with us. And finished goods means so which are ready for sale are called what? Finished goods. So these finished goods means which the cakes which are already prepared and which are ready for sale are also to be valued. So what is raw material? Raw material means the ingredients what are there with us, that are called raw materials. And work in progress means the cakes which are prepared but decoration is not done. Okay. And the third one, finished goods, means the cakes are already prepared and which are ready for sale. So all these three are to be valued. So it is called what? Inventory valuation, right? So we have covered all functions of cost accounting. There are how many functions? There are 7 functions. Now we are coming to the second topic of our today's class, that is scope of cost accounting. So here we are covering cost accounting in 3 different businesses. So first one is manufacturing business, means where we are manufacturing goods. Okay. So there also we'll find out what is our cost per unit, means what is our cost per process. So if you take the example of automobile industry, when we are manufacturing different models of cars, for each model of car, we want to know what is the cost. So here, what is cost? Cost means direct material, direct labor, and direct expenses. We want to know for each car. That is called costing for each unit. And process. Process means here we'll take the example of coconut oil. Okay, so for manufacturing coconut oil, we will not get coconut oil directly. Okay, there is some process to be taken place, right? So in this total process, for each process, how much of cost we are incurring, we can come to know in our manufacturing industry. If you take the example of process, we'll take textile industry. In textile industry, we can know the cost of each process that we are incurring at different stages of our fabric production, like spinning, weaving, dyeing of our textiles, means of our fabric, and we can also know the cost per meter of our fabric. Coming to the second one, service industry. In service industry, to analyze cost per service, if you take the example of your college, for each student, how much fees is to be charged, how much fees is to be collected, that can be determined based on the cost of administration, cost of teaching, cost of labs, cost of library, cost of many other facilities that are provided in our college. Based on that, they can understand how much is the total cost, and that should be divided with the number of students joining in that particular college. So based on that, cost for each student will be determined. In the same way, if you take the example of hospitals, so for each patient, how much is to be charged? So for each patient, what is the cost that to be assigned will be determined based on the medical supplies and staff salaries and facilities that are provided to the patient and other administrative expenses. By knowing all these costs, they will decide how much is to be charged from each patient. Coming to the retail and trading, to understand selling price and profit margins. How you will decide the selling price in retail and trading? So here you have to see what is the procurement cost, what is the shipping cost, what is the go down cost, what is the delivery cost, and what is the payment processing cost, packaging cost. After knowing all these costs, they will come to know what is the cost that they are incurring on a particular product, right? So based on that particular cost, they will decide their profit margin and they will fix selling price. In retail and trading, we should understand selling price and profit margin in this way. So today we have covered functions of cost accounting and scope of cost accounting. Is it clear? That's all for today, but learning never stops. If you like my videos, please like, share, and subscribe so that it will reach needy students who are having this cost accounting subject. I'm also doing videos on financial accounting, business economics, and investment management. So you can watch those videos also. So keep learning, keep growing. Thanks for watching. We'll meet in the next video. Thank you.